Dear younger self, I want to continue the topic of prayer. As you go through life's journey, you're going to notice how you will wake up between the hours of 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. And this will happen often. It'll seem like every day. Do not make the mistake of forcing yourself back to sleep or ignoring when God wakes you up. This hour is called the hour of the chosen. Remember when I shared with you in Genesis 32 and 34 how Jacob wrestled with an angel. Jacob did not let that angel go until he received a blessing, and the angel blessed him. This incident did occur between the hours of 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. Also during this time, Jesus walked on water. This watch is also known as the early morning watch or the last watch of the night. During this hour or this time, you can receive divine revelation, visitation, and supernatural encounters. You can have a visitation from God at this hour. And you can also, or we can call it the darkest hour of the night as well, because it's a time when the devil and his workers are at work. So it's important when God wakes you up, do not ignore it. Tap into God's wisdom and ask God to show you the plans that He has for you. Ask God to show you the plans of the enemy for you and your family. And He will do that. He will show you the plans that you have to face throughout the day. And not only will God show you the plans, He will give you wisdom to let you know how to deal with each situation. During this time, you can pray for God's protection, His guidance, His revelation, and God's strength. During this time, you can also tap into the assignment that God has for you and start functioning in that assignment. You are chosen, and God has a great plan for your life. He can redirect you during this time. During this time, you can rewrite your story. It's important not to take this time for granted and not take for granted the things that God wants to do for you and through you. In the book of Mark, 14th chapter, it tells us to watch and to pray. We can bring the supernatural into the natural during this hour. During this hour, we can pray for healing, financial breakthroughs, marital breakthroughs, and deliverances can happen. God is doing something through you and for you and in you. Allow prayer to form you. Finally, make sure that there is no sin in your life that will hinder the Holy Spirit. Check yourself for any unconfessed sin, rebellion, hard-heartedness, pride, and unbelief, because this will stop you from hearing what the Spirit is saying. Also, make declarations and decrees during this time. 1 Thessalonians 5:17 tells us to pray without ceasing. And we should always pray and not faint. Start commanding your morning with declarations. And remember what I always tell you to do is be excellent in everything that you say and everything that you do. Go out and make a difference.